Good evening, councilors, Mayor. I'm Jim Tyndall, the Executive Director for Tulsa Soccer Club, and we're probably one of the largest users of Mohawk Sports Complex. So I'm here to talk about this. This Mohawk Sports Complex was an original investment that was made with the original vision package, all right, as a first phase, basically. And it's basically, it's been a huge economic development engine. Basically, it has definitely had a strong ROI. We've already generated at least over $10 million in our economic development just in the last couple of years since it's completed. Just this past week, I don't know if you guys heard this or not, but we had the U.S. Youth Nationals here, the soccer championships here, and that was over 10,000 out-of-town visitors that were here all week in Tulsa, and it was a $5.5 to $6 million economic impact. So, and these are people that were here all week, that visited Philbrook, Gilcrease, they were here, and almost all of these people were new to Tulsa. So this is just an example of just one event. There's been several events. We have an event that started out a couple of years ago. It's called the Lexus Tulsa Cup. Some of you might be familiar with that. It was about 200 teams, a couple of years ago, and it's grown to over 400 teams. It's the largest youth soccer event, two-day event in the state of Oklahoma. And it would not have been possible without Mohawk Sports Complex. It wouldn't have been able to do it. So, but it's not just a soccer complex. It's also several. They've had Quidditch, the Sports Commission, that has had a partnership with the Tulsa Parks Department. It's a multi-use facility. So there's been everything out there from Quidditch to ultimate frisbee. There's all kinds of other sports. So there's been some innovative things that have been done with the complex and use of it. Just opened a couple of years ago, but you can see here from the last couple of years, we have been able to generate a lot of economic development. It's also been a quality of life issue or opportunity and benefit for the citizens of the community. But the issue is, or the challenge has become, we can do a heck of a lot more. All right, and right now the current state of the facility is unfinished. Basically, there's some challenges, some infrastructure issues that is our current pain points right now. If any of you have actually experienced it firsthand, when at the complex, when we've had a couple of our major events out there, when the complex is at full capacity, there's not enough parking. There's not enough restroom facilities. There's access issues in and out of the complex. So it's basically unfinished. So what we're going to be asking to do is, if we were able to fix those things and finish, the complex is part of the Tulsa Parks Master Plan. We have the Sports Commission, ourselves, are partnering with Lucy Dolman, the Tulsa Parks Department, et cetera, in terms of what needs to be done. A lot of this stuff has already been vetted. In terms of what enhancements and what just basic needs. A lot of this stuff is not a wish list stuff. It's basic infrastructure needs that we need in order to maintain the events that we have, not risk losing the events that we do have already, or stifle their growth. But potentially, what we see, I think we've been able to already demonstrate that there's a strong ROI already, and it's an economic development engine. Now we can do a heck of a lot more. If we were to actually fix those things and finish it, what was originally designed, and invest in some enhancements to the facility, because after all, we're competing with other regional facilities that are out there. If anybody's been to Kansas City and been to the Overland Park Sports Complex or soccer complex there, if anybody's been in Plano and seen the facilities there, then those are the types of facilities that we're competing against.
1 minute.
So, next slide. So, basically, what we're asking for, for you guys to consider, is about $12 million. If you go to the next slide, Basically, these are the types of things. If you can see on here, the parking, the access stuff, basic infrastructure, restroom facilities, some lighting, things.
30 seconds.
Other things like basic things like Wi-Fi. Those are things that we need at the facility to continue doing what we're doing.